Hello and welcome to Module 4, where we'll be talking about inputs and methods for your project. In the last module, we talked about goals and objectives, and you drafted some potential goals for your project. So these goals might have been your own personal goals, like what you needed to accomplish, or you could have thought about it from the perspective of the goals of your project. Right? For example, your goal may have been to complete the project, which is a great goal to have for yourself. But I want to distinguish that from the goal of your project, which is to have an impact on whatever problem you identified. So for example, if my project is about creating student scholarships, then my personal goal will be to secure funding for scholarships. But since the problem I identified is financial stress on graduate students, then the goal of my project is to reduce the financial burden of completing the SGMMH program. Does that make sense? So I'm clarifying this not because one kind of goal or the other is right or wrong, but because as you begin to read about inputs and methods, I want you to be thinking about the goal of your project, not your personal goal, but the goal of your project. As we dive into the inputs and methods, and then the next step will be logic models, you want to be thinking about what your project, what you intend to accomplish with your project, what problem you plan to address. So for Module 4, you'll read about inputs, which are basically the resources that you need for your project, and methods, which are the actual activity of your project. What is it? And you can brainstorm those. Of course, I've given you some samples. We'll have our team meetings on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and you will be enacting your third action plan for the next 2 weeks and creating a fourth action plan by the end of this module, which is October 25th. October 25th is also the new due date for your community partner interview if you need an extension. And as a reiteration, you can type that up in Quip, or you can record a video talking about it. I give you both options because both verbal and written communication are important. And so I want you to choose whichever option fits for you, or which one you want to practice more, or whichever one just seems more fun or interesting or helpful to you. So as always, please reach out to me on Quip, email, text, carrier pigeon, if you need help over the next 2 weeks, and I will see you soon.